Hi, Rebecca Foote here with the Rebecca Foote Mortgage Team, and we are joined once again with Paige White from Rescore Your Life. And today she's going to talk about who's looking at my credit and how does that affect my life. So this topic, Paige, I just can't wait to dive into this because you don't realize how much people will look at your credit and how it impacts everything that you do around you.
Well, you're absolutely right. And that's why it is so important to not just have good credit scores, but also to always have a credit monitoring site open and paying attention to your credit. I think we've talked about this in the past, but having that credit monitoring, there's lots of ones out there that you could use. We use a company called ID Club. You can use Credit Karma, but it's only two of the three. But it's just crucial to be able to track what's going on, because if somebody else is going to look at it, don't you want to know what's on
Yeah,
there before they look at it?
absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I thought I could just kind of go into some of them are going to be more common sense, and some of the things are going to be like, wow, I didn't know that, of people that are looking at your credit. So clearly, when you apply for a mortgage,
Mhm.
which is where your people are at, right, is
Yes.
going to be impactful. This is also really important, and I'll kind of tie these together, Rebecca. When it comes to a mortgage, please know that you are going to be graded much more stringently
Hmm.
than you are if on an auto or a credit card. There, when you go and get your credit pulled for those things, your car FICO, like an 8 or a 9, is what car companies and credit card companies are going to use. A credit card company is focused on your credit card history.
Yes.
Your auto company poll is focused on your auto history. Your
Mhm.
mortgage poll is the whole picture. So that's why you're going to be graded. Plus, it's a bigger purchase. So they're going to look at it much more stringently. Um, Also, in the same topic as the mortgage poll, um, people should know they have what's called a right to shop. And this is important because let's say you get referred a client that went on Rocket Mortgage,
Mhm.
and um, they're referred over by one of your fabulous agents, and you're like, your agent's like, no, 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 you got to use Rebecca. Rebecca's your gal.
Yep.
And well, no, I don't want my credit pulled again. So the right to shop allows people to get their credit pulled as many times as they want from a mortgage lender within a 2-week period.
Yes.
So it's not going to negatively affect their credit scores. People are supposed to have this right to shop when it comes to auto loans, but most car dealerships don't code it properly. And so
Ah.
it ends up you have a ton of inquiries. So if you go car shopping at 3 different places on a weekend, you can have 45 inquiries, and that will plummet your score. Even though you are supposed to have the right to shop, they just don't code it properly.
I've seen that on credit reports,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I never realized that's what it was.
Yep. So with you and the mortgage, people do
Mhm.
have that right to shop. They need to be comfortable in knowing, hey, I can go out and I can have Rebecca pull it, even though somebody else did, and it's not going to hurt me.
Yep.
So that's common sense. Mortgage, that's one of the people that are clearly looking at your credit. But obviously, when you get a credit card, they're going to look. Also, when any type of installment line of credit, auto loan, student loan, um, you go out and get a boat, whatever, any type of loan like that. And again, those FICOs are going to be different. You use versions 2, 4, and 5. Those are going to be versions 8 and 9.
Okay.
So those are good. But when now we're talking about auto, people do not understand how much money they could save on their auto insurance if they had better credit scores. And so this is one of the people that who's looking at my credit is your insurance broker, not just for your auto, but also for your home. But people don't they're not thinking about their auto insurance. They think, okay, well, my auto insurance isn't great because I'm a 22-year-old male. Okay, well, that's probably true. But there are other factors, and credit is one of them. And so having those better credit scores are going to play a big role in getting that monthly payment down. So that's a good one to focus on. Um, Another one is cell phones. And
Mhm.
so everybody, okay, well, they have a rate, right?
Mhm.
They promote this rate on television, and you could walk in, and that might be the base rate, but then you might have other little fees that are included in there. And so they are pulling your credit and you can pay a little bit higher of a rate opposed to somebody else because of that. So you're not going to save as much money on that as you would in auto insurance. But hey, with this,
Every little bit helps.
especially with this inflation these days, let's get
Yes,
all of our pennies saved, right?
absolutely. I'm
Um,
thrifty.
so another one is 60% of employers look at your credit.
Mhm.
Obviously, we know now that they look at your social media too, which back in the day, before social media, they didn't have that to look at, but you are judged by that.
You betcha.
Yeah, but if you are highly qualified for a position, and let's say you're down to the two of you and they have you fill out some paperwork, and they may bring you on board or whatever, and then find out where your credit's at. And then there are people that can do a soft pull. And that's important to know, I guess, while we're talking about it. So when you do your auto insurance, so that's a soft pull. It's not a
Mhm.
hard inquiry, but then so employers have the capability of doing that as well. Or when you go to look at an apartment, clearly you got to have good credit to even have an apartment. And um, I'll talk about this, and I don't want to go off topic too much, but I think it's kind of important that people know this about apartments. So if you lived in an apartment and you have a carpet fee that you never paid, and they put it on your credit, and let's say you get it removed off of your credit, off of Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. Well, that's great.
Yep.
Apartments, they have their own bureau, if you will,
Oh,
reporting between all types of people that do rentals. And just because it's removed off of your credit report, it's not removed off of there, and you can't get it removed. It has to be paid. So that'll pull up. So let's say you get your credit scores up, but then you have this $600 carpet bill that you never paid. They're going to be like, no, you got to pay this. And then people are like, no, it's not on my credit. That's where they're finding it.
interesting.
It's kind of like title. When you pull title, you find stuff, right? It's
Yeah, yeah.
same idea.
I did not know that.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to like put little drops of information
Yes,
in.
yes.
And then the last one that most people aren't aware of, and I think it's so critical for people to know. I clearly have a soft heart in my spot for veterans. My dad and my stepdad were both 23 years in the Air Force. But in order to get a rank increase, they look at your credit.
Wow.
So if it's between you and somebody else up for a promotion, they're going to take that into consideration. And you would hate for that. You worked so hard and you've given to our country, and that would be the thing that stops you. It could.
I did
Um,
not know that.
yeah, most people don't know that. That's not common knowledge. I only know that because we've worked with veterans and they've come to us in panic. I think the last veteran I worked with was trying to get security clearance. So that's the other aspect to it. It's not just rank increase, but security clearance. And if you're going to go on high level security clearance, they want the most responsible person. And
Yeah,
I put
I
those
could
in
see that.
parentheses because bad credit, you can have bad credit and be a hell of a responsible person. Perception. And that's how they see it. That's how they see it. And that would be horrible too for you not to be able to get that security clearance because of that.
That's awesome. I did not know that, and that's a great tidbit of information.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. Well, that's kind of, I think, the gist of it. I know there's other things and aspects out there, but those are kind of the most important ones that people see on a day-to-day
yeah.
basis.
But it really does affects all aspects of your life. So, your insurance, your employment, your ability to get promotions,
Hmm.
so and your mortgage and how much you pay for your rates on things. So, it's definitely even your cell phone bill.
Yep,
So, uh,
absolutely. It's
yeah,
craziness.
it is. It is. Well, thank you, Paige from Rescore Your Life, for joining us once again. And their information scrolling across the bottom of the screen. If you have any information or questions for Rescore, they can definitely help you out. And I think we have Paige coming back for one more hot topic, and we look forward to seeing you again.
Take care, everybody. Have a good one.